Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Piofiore. And, okay, this game, I love this game, but in a way I kind of hate it. I hate how I feel like it's so disorganized. You've got the extras, right, after you finish a route, and then you've got the little extra scene. But these are also different. Wait, what? What is this? Episodes following the finale. Okay, well, we can't do that. But here's the thing. You can click them. Episodes following the bad ending. You can click here, and I didn't open it, but I'm pretty sure you can go and I could read Gilbert's scenario following the bad ending and haven't read Gilbert's route yet. I don't think that's right. I mean, I can click on it and it says, do you want to start it? And I can be like, no, because I don't want to. But, like, we could theoretically click that and read this stuff before. I don't like that. It should be unlocked after you do them, but also, why is it in the main menu? It's so bizarre to me because I forgot about that until I went in and I was like, okay, we're going to start Nicola's route. No, we're not, because we got 2 other fucking Dante side stories to fucking read. Holy shit! So, I love that there's so much to this game, but I kind of hate that it's in the weirdest places. Like, I don't quite get why it's in here, because also, this to me, it sounds, look, I don't speak Italian or Latin or whatever, I'm assuming it's Italian, but that sounds like prologue, and to me that thinks, it sounds like that's where you're supposed to start, but it's not. It's only after the good ending, but I did click, and I was like, is it anything different? Is it the, you know, like after the credit scene? But I don't think it is. I think it's different. So we're gonna start with the bad one for Dante first. We'll do this. This will be this part. It'll be short, but holy fucking shit. It was like, you know what I mean? So, I guess what we should do in all the routes, if we get the best ending, so Dante's was a little iffy. If we get the best ending, like Dante's, we did the best ending and we took an hour and a half to do it. What we should have done is cut that off, did the half-hour part, then did the good ending after story, the epilogue kind of story, done one. So, Dante's a little bit special, because I don't feel like going back and trying to edit all the fucking parts together and, like, do weird stuff. So he's gonna have this little extra, probably, small part. We're not gonna start Nicola's story now. And I thought I could do, but I don't want to do them all at the end. Like, all at the end we do all these bad stories, and then we do, because you'll forget. I'll forget. So, it's better to do them now. So, sorry, this might be a super short part. I don't know. And we're not gonna look at a CG at the end, though, because they only get 2. You only get 2! You don't get to do 3! You don't get to be special, Dante, even though you're Canon Boy. But anyway. I don't know if this is his perspective of ours, so I'm just gonna read it normal. Blood spilled over the church floor amid the gunfire. I wanted to... The end had come. He looked at me with sorrow. Okay, so it is us. If only you cursed me. I wanted you to despise me for killing you. Oh, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, is this from Nicola's perspective? It sounds like it's Nicola's perspective. He looked at me with sorrow. If only you cursed me, I wanted you to despise me for killing you. Oh, no. No, no, no. This is Dante's perspective. He's looking at Nicola, because he killed Nicola. Okay. This is Dante's perspective. Alright. Blood spilled over the church floor amid the gunfire. I hate it when they do these side stories like this, though, and you don't know who's speaking. I don't like it. Fucking stop. Fucking stop doing it. Like, I get it, but I don't. Give some kind of indication who's fucking speaking. I goddamn hate it. I know, maybe with voice acting on it's on there, but, like, I doubt it. But they're expecting you to be, like, reading it in your head, where it doesn't really matter, because you read the voice in your head, but when you're reading it out loud, it just really fucking sucks. I don't know, it just irritates me. I just don't like it when they're done this way. It's my one gripe about every fucking game. It's like, they're always like this. Like, it's so impossible to figure out who's talking. Anyway. Blood spilled over the church floor amid the gunfire. I wanted to... The end had come. He looked at me with sorrow. If only you cursed me. I wanted you to despise me for killing you. I don't know who's screaming. Watch out! Oh, it was probably me. Oh, right, yeah, because this is his perspective of the bad ending, and that's when the guy comes out of nowhere, right? I knew what was going to happen, but I still couldn't get myself to move. I wanted to move, but I couldn't. The result played out before my eyes. Space! She took a bullet in my place. I gasped and raised myself up. I was sleeping? My office looked no different from before. The only difference was the documents littering the floor. Were the documents littering the floor. Documents is plural. I felt cold beads of sweat rolling down my back. Was the documents. That bothers me. I don't know why. Just doesn't sound right. I had a dream again. It's not really a dream, it's a memory, but I gritted my teeth and tried to be rid of the lingering nightmare. Although that's gotta suck because you remember it. Hi, little squirrel. What you doing? Just chilling on my patio? Sitting there with your tail all puffed up? Because it's raining outside? He's just sitting there. Nobody's business. Got his little paws tucked under. His little tail floofed over his head. Sorry, it's just weird. He's not, like, looking for anything. He's just chilling. He's just been chilling on my patio for a while. I don't know. He's watching me. He thinks I don't see him, but I do. Anyway. Like, that's got to be the worst thing, because you remember it all the time when you're awake, and then you're dreaming about it when you're asleep. God, you don't even get any break in sleep, you know? I gritted my teeth and tried to be rid of the lingering nightmare. That's the past. I won't change the present no matter what. I know that well enough, but I can't stop myself from losing hope. Maybe these are where those CGs are. Okay, so we will see a CG then. I know well enough, but I can't stop myself from losing hope. Hope that I can relive the past and choose a different path to change what happened. We did that the first time. Stop it already. I need to focus. I need to finish my research on the new client before Nicola... I paused as his name crossed my mind. Nicola's dead. He's not here anymore. I killed him. How many times had I wished that it had only been a... How many times had I wished that it had only been a nightmare? Our family lost a talented underboss, which is why I need to do all I can as the leader of the Falzone. I know that, but my hand kept stopping. I couldn't keep my mind from thinking. If only I could have persuaded Nicola. If only I didn't kill him. Things might not be this way if only she didn't. I felt endless remorse. I lost a person who I saw as my brother, and the person I've loved since childhood. I lost both of them at once. And it's all my fault. My fault. My regret ate away at me. I don't want to do this, it hurts, I don't like it. I wanted to scream out my emotions, but the remaining shreds of my sanity held me back. I still have to lead the family. I heard knocking, then a voice called for me. Boss, we received a report from Rome. In just a moment. Understood. I quickly gathered the papers from the ground and returned them to my desk. Enter. Excuse me. I don't know if it's Leo or someone else. Gerlandio? I'm supposed to be I don't know, anyway. We received a final report from name I cannot fucking pronounce. What the hell even is that? Gerlandio? Dude, the Italian in this is killing me. It's fucking killing me. Stop. Put Japanese back in the games. It's easier. My mind was still muddled. The contents of the report didn't register with me. It's not even like Giancarlo or something like that, or like fucking Domenico. I can say that, but I can't, that's a lot of, wow. Church is moving faster than expected. At this rate, they may revoke our rights to Berlone. That guy is asking for your presence in Rome. No. But, boss! Let Raoul know that I'm questioning his ability to keep watch over the church. I try my best to speak like the family boss, despite my mind still being hazy. My presence there will only alarm them. This isn't the right time to move. Understood. Don't bother me with such a petty report. Do I need to remind you that the Lao shoe's still on the loose? Or was that us saying that to him? I think it's us. Do I need to remind you that the Lao shoe is still on the loose? Please excuse me, boss. I'll let Rome know. Yeah, that makes more sense. I breathed a heavy sigh after he left. I need to lead the Falzone family as their boss. I need to be ready in case she awakens. I need to protect Space. I need the family to protect her. But at this point, I don't even know if it was only a fleeting hope. Her wounds from back then are healed. She could wake up at any time. But she's still sound asleep. Even if she were to sleep until death, there's nothing I could do to stop it. It's kind of amazing, though, because if you think about it, it's 1925. We're not hooked up to machines. We're literally just alive but not. We're in a coma, but most people in a coma are in a hospital being monitored, whatever. Like, we're just like, I mean, I guess just keep it. How do you feed me? How am I not dead from starving? Like, I don't have an IV drip. Like, game, I need some logic here. Like, I forced myself to come back to reality and stood from my chair to leave the office. And, like, my body's alive, but my brain's gone. But yet, I'm still breathing, so, like, the normal brain function's gone. Like, it's really weird. That's like comas, it's really weird. Like, because you're still alive, but you're not, like, I don't know. It's like you're trapped. Like this. It's not like, okay, machines are breathing for you and all this, and, like, if we took you off all these machines, you would die, and people are just forcing your body to live long past the point where you've actually died. Like, I get it. Like, that's, you know. But this is like, you're alive, but you're just... What makes you is gone. And maybe you'll wake up, because maybe you're literally just asleep, but, like, how do you know? And, like, you just have to wait for that... Like, it's a scary thing. I'm just thinking, like, how scary would it be if you were in a coma? You're like, I'm here, I can hear you, I can't wake up, this sucks, please don't kill me. But at the same time, you're like, could you just let me go, because it's, like, boring, I'm just floating in the void, and, like, I can't, like, I'm tethered here, I'm stuck here. I'm literally fucking stuck here. Like, because you're like, if you believe in the soul, your soul didn't leave your body, because your body's still alive, and I would just think that that's, like, so you're like, la la la, I'm just... ready to go, but you won't cut the cord. You know what I mean? Well, there's no cord to cut on, but, like, you're thinking that to your own body, like, hello, could you just... Because I can't get back in there and wake myself up, like, I don't know, I don't want to be in this situation. I feel like it'd be scary. Unless you're, like, in a coma and you're, like, permanently in a dream world and everything's, like, happy and you're like, I like eating these marshmallow clouds, it's fun. Then, okay, sign me up for that, I guess? I don't know. But, like... If I can't breathe on my own, just pull the plug. I'm telling you guys that now, so if somebody, like, if I ever get in this situation, pull the plug. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to wake up 20 years later and be like, fuck, what? Ugh. That sounds terrifying. You gotta learn everything all over again. You gotta learn how to walk again because your muscles have atrophied. And then, like, 20 years, you're like, oh, no. Be like, so I died. So I was in a coma when I was already felt old. And then I woke up 20 years later when I really am old. Oh, God, no. That would suck. That would suck. Don't want to do that. No. It's way past the cutoff point of, like, no, just let me go. Nope, just let me go. Just put me down. I break my leg, just put me down. Like a racehorse, just put me down. Oh, God. But, I mean, he can't, it's not like he can pull the plug, you know? We're breathing and we're alive. It's like, what do? You just, although I'm still confused how you're feeding me. Yeah. Pour liquid down my throat, I guess? I don't know. Hope I swallow? A faint hope rose within me each time I opened the door. Maybe she may be awake today. But my hopes were dashed each time. Space, are you asleep? I called out to her as she slept. She was sound asleep. Her eyelids made no sign of movement. Again, each time I hoped for a better outcome. Each time I fell into despair. But hearing her breathe and seeing her alive rekindled my hopes. If only I could redo the past. He is, like, guilting us so fucking hard about getting this ending. Did I make the wrong move when I decided to go to the church? If so, when and how could I have changed the outcome? Maybe I should have kept my feelings to myself instead of sharing them with her. Maybe if I hid her identity that she was the Key Maiden. Or maybe it was a mistake to take her into the Falzone family's custody at all. Old memories flooded back to me as I looked at her pale face. If only... My father brought me to the church for midnight mass years ago. A small girl was outside the church holding a star-shaped ornament. I knew it was her. She turned around and looked at me. Aww. We're getting little baby versions held my breath and grabbed my father's coat. Despite my reaction, she gave a bright smile. We have so much hair. My God, that's bigger than us. Buon Natale? Noche is night, isn't it? Or is that Spanish? I don't know. Anyway, that was when I was 6 years old. I don't remember much beside that. Maybe it's because it's after midnight, so there's a different thing for it. I don't know. I think there was someone else there besides my father. Maybe it was my mother, or maybe Nicola. Oh my God, I want a baby Nicola. I need to see that little chibi baby Nicola. Oh my God. I can't seem to remember whether I actually replied to her. My memories of the past are cloudy, but I still remember vividly how she smiled at me. It's kind of cute that you didn't know until you get to this point that he's your childhood sweetheart, but like not really. He's that, in the way, the childhood friend that's always been in love with you, but you weren't even friends. He just kind of saw you at church once in a while, was like, nah, and had a crush all his life. That's fucking adorable. But he didn't know that, well, that's basically because she was made for you, and you gotta like, be united. You know what I'm saying? Like, the church kind of arranged your marriage, but you were in love. That's kind of cute, actually. And this is the, version of the childhood friend trope. The friend who's in love with you and whatever. That doesn't make it... Oh my God, I gotta go. Seriously? Because it's kind of cute, because we don't remember seeing him, really. We're like, oh yeah, sure, I saw lots of people when I was a kid. He remembers us and is like, kind of had a crush on you when I was little, and like, whatever, and like, probably even as an adult... Which kind of makes his, like, embarrassment actually even cuter. But it's not weird in the, oh, we've always been best friends, and you're like a brother to me, and I don't care. And they're like, I'm obsessed with you. Like, that trope is usually kind of like, oh, this is a little icky, I don't know. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's, I'm never really into the childhood friend. Like, it's not that the trope or the route, it's just the character itself. I'm always like, yeah, you're never the character I like. But... This isn't exactly that, but it's the closest I feel like you're gonna get to that in this particular game. And it's a weird, almost version of it. It's like, I was in love with you since we were kids, sorta. But, like, you don't remember me at all. And actually, we're kind of technically fated lovers because the church decided to stamp a seal on you and be like, that's yours now. Like, okay. But I kind of like it. It's kind of cute anyway. Anyway. Space, ever since then it was nothing notable. To her, I must have been no different from the churchgoer she had seen all her life. I always wanted to speak with you, but I tried to keep my distance, kept telling myself it was to protect you. If this were the outcome, I shouldn't have even approached you. I was consumed by regret. My heart sank deep into darkness. What can I do to wake you up? I'm out of options. Was this punishment for trying to avoid my fate? Space may never awaken from her slumber. And this is what the church does to you. You already feel guilty enough about the situation, and then you're like, it's cause I was gonna, and then God did that. Like, we do enough things as human beings to guilt ourselves. You don't need to throw the, like, God is punishing me, and then throw that guilt on top of it. That's just crazy. Like, good Lord. The man would have already felt guilty if you took all the whole, like, my fate and the church and the teammate and all that out of it. Oh my God, she jumped in front of a bullet! You would have felt guilty anyway. And then you add the church guilt on top. Like, fuck. I'm just saying. How he hasn't lost his mind. Space may never awaken from her slumber. No. Space may depart from me in eternal slumber any time now. No! I quickly grabbed Space's frail, weak hand. Space, please wake up. Please open your eyes. I don't care what will happen in the future if she's not going to be with me. Aww. Okay, this really is a tragic end. It really is. Because it just keeps hurting. I feel... Normally, I'm like, I feel worse for us when they die. I'd rather meet it. But I'm not dead, and we have to feel his suffering, and I don't like it. I don't like it, game. But I love it. I love it. It's really good. It's well written. But I don't like it because I don't want to hurt. How dare you make me hurt? That's why I hate it, because it's done so well. I want to leave my mission and my family. I want it all to go disappear. Maybe I should be the one to disappear. I mirthlessly chuckled to myself. But not yet. If there's a sliver of hope remaining, I need to stay and fulfill my role. Please, forgive me, Space. My face twisted in pain as I gazed at her sleeping face. My heart was heavy and tired, and the only person who could hear my suffering was her. Don't make me hurt anymore, game. It's funny that I didn't think about this when it was, Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. When I was like, why are there's two CGs missing? Duh. Now we'll do the happy one. Okay. So I think what we'll try to do with the others is when we get the happy ending, blah, 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 we'll do this. We'll do the happy ending prologue thing, and then the after story. You know, and then we'll do all the bad ending. Once we get the tragic ending, then we'll come back and do this kind of stuff. But, it'll make more sense. But we'll try to, I guess, depending on how it works, the best scenario would be, we get our happy ending, oh, and then maybe that's long enough where, okay, we'll look at a CG, and then we'll do the good ending, do this prologue, do the after story. Oh, look, here you go, here's a thing, and then do all the bad endings. You know what I mean? So you have best ending, good ending, all the bad endings. You know, so that you do get your 3 CGs for everybody now. We'll just see what happens. It's going to be a little mixed up. To me, that's the best way to do it. Like, you do all the best stuff first. Then you do the good stuff. Then you do the shit stuff. You know? But we'll have to see timing-wise how things go. So some parts might be shorter. Some parts might be a little... I don't know, when we get to the endings, we'll fucking see what happens. Like, I don't know. I just... Because I forgot about these. Also, what I don't like is I'm pretty sure I can read any of these scenarios, even if I haven't unlocked the route, which I don't like. I feel like they should not be here. They should be, like, grade, like, whatever. Also, the secret route, I don't like that that's there. I like it that it's all scribbled out, so you can kind of see, but you can't see his name. But if you click on it, like, if you go over there and click on it, it'll say his name. It's not a spoiler for me, because I kind of spoiled that for myself a little bit. But it's like a spoiler in the game, or the fact that I'm pretty sure you could click it to read it before you unlocked it, and then that totally fucking ruins it. You know what I mean? Like, what were you thinking? Like, I feel like we should click here, and the only person, like, the other cards should be, like, almost like they're flipped over, or there's nothing there. You know what I mean? Like, he should just be a question mark, and they could say Orlok, Nicola, whatever, but you shouldn't be able to unlock it. When you go click it, it should be like you have to play his route first. Because otherwise I feel like you can actually click and... I didn't try it with anybody's. I did with Dante's. I clicked because I was like, is this the after scene, like after credits scene that we saw, or is it different? And it is different. So, obviously, we saw that with the, you know, the bad ending one. And he doesn't have a bad ending one. But I don't like the fact that it's slightly spoilery. Like, I don't think they thought of that well. Especially because this menu is a little fucking confusing when you're like, the main story, but that sounds like prologue, but I guess it's not. But that's what your American fucking brain is going to be like, unless you know fucking Italian. I mean, it does say episodes following the bad ending, but once you get the good ending, you're like, oh, okay. Or the finale. Why? How can I click on that when I haven't played the rest of the game? Like, I don't know what you were thinking. You're kind of making spoilery shit happen, and maybe they just assume everybody already knows, like, the secret route. I mean, I kind of do. I ruined it for myself, but 15th of February, 1926. I can at least figure that out, but anyway. It's the following year. Everything had finally settled. I decided to leave the church I called home so I could live with Dante. The Falzones welcomed me into their family wholeheartedly. The guest room I used was remodeled for my own personal use. The days I spent here with Dante were filled with happiness. But recently Dante's been... Buongiorno, Dante. Buongiorno, Space. We exchanged our greetings as usual. I'm happy to see you so early today. Thank you, Dante. Hearing those sweet words in his warm voice tickled me a bit. So, would you like a cafe latte? Or perhaps a cappuccino? Both? Double fist. Then maybe a cappuccino. Yes, I'll get right on it. Julia and the rest always had breakfast prepared quickly and early, but preparing Dante's morning drink had become my job. I certainly wasn't complaining. It's just a nice thing for you to do for your boyfriendo. After breakfast, I was clearing the dishes as usual when suddenly Dante appeared in the salon dressed up from head to toe. He's literally just wearing his jacket and a scarf, but like, you know, dressed up. Oh, gloves. Are you going out, Dante? I have a meeting with the Visconti, with Gilbert at the casino today. With Gil? You've been seeing him a lot lately. Are you dating him behind my back? It's okay. I'm dating the phantom of the casino secretly behind your back. Yes. Well, the relationship between the Falzone and the Visconti is better now than ever before. And do you still have to meet Gil this often? With the Lao Shu gone, we no longer need to worry about each other as much. The fighting between our men now is nearly non-existent. But Dante frowned a bit. The Lao Shu were merely the subordinates of the Chinese mafia, the Lu something something, I can't pronounce it. God, I can't, okay? We still need to work on a plan to face them before they take action. I'm sorry. Dante gave a wry smile. And this isn't a good subject to talk about so early. We're not in immediate danger. Both Gilbert and I have agreed that it's better to be safe than sorry. With Yang gone, Berlone's back to normal again. Nothing will change that fact. Yes, you're right. I nodded and asked him a question. So what time will you be back? If all goes as scheduled, by mid-afternoon. That's good to hear. I'll bake some torta alle limon for you then. Lemon tarts. I can't wait. I love his little face. CG? No. He gave me a gentle smile and very naturally gave me a kiss on the cheek. Aww. I'd better get going. Oh, be safe. This wasn't the first time Dante did this as he was leaving, but I still can't get used to it. I saw Dante off and felt the heat build up in my cheeks. Now we're Dante. Okay, cool. Unbelievable. I checked my watch and let out a sigh. I've been here forever. What in the world is going on? Hey, Dante. This fucker shows up late. So, waiting for me outside the room? That's mighty kind of you. Of course not. I'm waiting for someone to lead me in. No one's arrived yet. Huh. That's odd. Usually someone's out here waiting for us. I'm very sorry! We're very sorry to keep you waiting, Senor Falzone, Senor Redford. Let me lead you to the room. Please, this way. He's just standing there like, I can't open the door by myself. Like, where's the direttore? Direttore. Well, he left the casino. I've been sent by the government as a replacement until another director's assigned. Sus AF, my little phantom is gone. That tells you a lot. Ahem. Oh? Gilbert chatted casually with the man as we were led through the casino. Sebastiano. He started here a few years ago, didn't he? Guess he didn't last as long as expected. The direttore is employed by the government. There must have been a reassignment. Not that it concerns us at all. And then again... Dante's like... Dante's like, then again! Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He is on the cover of the game, by the way. Well, the next guy's easier to work with. Indeed. Gilbert took a seat, then looked at me. So, how's Space doing? You got her to come live with you, right? She's agreed to live at the manor. She's accustomed to the environment already. She can visit the church as she pleases, though I do have guards to accompany her. Don't touch her, Gilbert. No, I'm just kidding. Still, she doesn't go there every day. Isn't she bored sitting around at your place? No, she's helping the maids clean the manor and prepare the meals. Huh. So she's like your wife. I'm not sure where you got that from, Dante blushing furiously. Come on! I can't have been the first one to say it. Oh, I see. Come to think of it, the Falzone family's always been about continuing the bloodline. Guess everyone there finally feels better now that they see you with a woman. I suppose. Dante's like, look, just because I'm a little gay, okay? I mean, this game makes me a little gay. I'm already gay inside. Gay man in a woman's body, and that makes me happy looking at pretty boys. Anyway. Nicola must be pretty happy then. He enjoys having something to ridicule. Nicola's always been the same. And he knows very well that I actually care for her. And back to the topic, Gilbert. Come on, I was just getting started. I have no reason to share my personal life with you. Just because you're jealous. There's no other women in this town, apparently, but me. I mean, Elena's there, but, like, nobody cares. It's only me. Because I'm the key maiden. Woo, I'm the special. We're always the special, but... You're a wet blanket, you know that? Although, let's be real. If you were playing this game and, like, Gilbert dated Elena, or this person did, you'd be like, oh, excuse me? The fuck hands off my man, bitch! Like, I don't care if I'm in Dante's route. These are all my boys. They're mine. You don't touch them. Don't touch them. Smack you. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why there's never any other women in town. Like, you're like, why do they never get married? Oh, you know what? No. Because I'm the only one for them. They're my boys. This is my harem. This is just the fantasy we're playing today, okay? This is the role-playing act we're doing today. Tomorrow it will be Nicola. Literally. Not tomorrow. Day after. Anyway. It isn't strange, you know? Asking a friend about their love life. Who's a friend here? I frowned at him, but oddly enough, I wasn't angry at all. Bro hug. Just when the torta was ready, I heard a noise coming from the entrance. It must be Dante. Running, throws herself in his arms. Welcome home, Dante! I'm back. And this is for you. He handed me a small bouquet of daisies. Aww. Hey, mommy flowers. How cute! You are much cuter. Huh? What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Did your meeting with Gil go well? Yes. Thankfully we finished sooner than expected. If you have some time, how about some tea? The torta I promised you is hot out of the oven. And then let's have some together, Space. Will you join me in my office later? Certainly! In a few moments, basically. Not really later, but technically later, but... We spent our time together chatting idly through the remainder of the evening. The torta I made today was filled with lemon cream. I was very pleased with it. Seeing that he wasn't talking much while eating, I think it came out perfectly. I'll put the bouquet in my room. Thank you for the lovely gift, Dante. I'm glad that you're happy. I just happened to be by the florist. Thinking about your smile made me choose them. I held my breath at his words. He's so sweet. Space? Oh, no, I'm fine! I shook my head and gave a smile to try and hide the redness appearing on my face. It's nothing. Well, if you say so. By the way, Gilbert mentioned that he wanted to see you. I might set up some time for you to see him. Is that alright? I think we'll invite him here for dinner. Yes, of course. I see. Dante looked a bit perplexed. He hesitantly began to speak. Is he like, Gilbert wants to see you, so I'll invite him for dinner? Sure! And he's like, what, you want to date him now? Like, could you not get jealous of me being like, cool, Gilbert's a fine fellow, we'll invite him over. You're like getting jealous. But I'm okay with inviting him to dinner. I actually don't want you to see him. Huh? Why not? You're becoming more beautiful by the day, and I don't want to show that to any other man. Okay, I'm gonna, look, and now you're blushing and it's adorable, but like, seriously, sweetie, only you. I mean, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Gilbert's later, but he's not gonna steal me away from you. Like, I actually, like, he's not a bad-looking dude, but he's not like, it's not like Nicola's what you should be worried about. Nicola's what you should be worried about. I'm just saying, he lives in this house too, and Direttore left us, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I secretly have him in the basement. I'm not joking. His embarrassed smile was so beautiful that I didn't know what to say. But Dante didn't notice my expression and continued into another subject. Oh, and also, I have a dinner meeting with a client tomorrow. I'll be late, so you can go to sleep ahead of me. Okay, I understand. I found my calm again and nodded in acknowledgement. After speaking with Dante, I left the room with the empty dishes. Dante's been looking after me ever since things have settled, but recently he's been kinder to me? I suppose I could say he's been sweeter, because he's in love with you. Did you forget that? We boinked the man. Obviously. Hello? He was always making my heart race. We really didn't have the luxury of time back when we lived together at the hideout. Come to think of it, he gave me roses before as an apology. Maybe what I'm seeing now is the true Dante. Yes, he's a soft little fucking marshmallow. He's as sugary sweet as a marshmallow. You just couldn't see it before because you had to be like tough exterior and can't show you that I love you, but I do. Like, and now he's just, oh well. He was an Italian through and through. It would make sense that he was naturally able to approach women like this. He gives flowers and spoils me with sweet words. I mean, yes, I'm happy about it, but I can't keep up with his approaches. I can't stop myself from blushing each time. Having someone I admire pamper me so much made my heart throb. I really need to get used to this. Yeah, but do you want to get used to it? Like, you want to know it's going to be like, oh, but like at the same time, you don't want to get used to it because then you'll be like, they'll be like nice and sweet. And you're like, yeah. And then it's not as like, giggle inducing. And you want it to be giggle inducing because when you get used to it, then it doesn't make you as like, it doesn't make your heart skip a beat when you're like, aw, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you kissed me. Yeah, you said some nice stuff. And it's not as thrilling. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want it to ever get to that point. You want it to always be like, yeah, sure, you get used to it in the sense of like, you know it's going to happen and you're not like, what do I do? But you don't want to get used to the point where you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, blah, 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 he brought me flowers, blah, 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 sweet words. Oh my God, just fucking take the trash out. God. Ugh. You want it to be like, hey, sweetie, kiss, and you're so cute, you know? Like, you want the cute things to always stay cute. And not like, you know? So, that was what I thought until, oh, hi. Hi. I was just thinking this is after the happy scenario, the best ending, and we've already like, So I was just wondering if we get a little something more. I don't want to read it, but I just would like it to happen again. Thank you. I like to imagine it happens frequently. A few days later, we haven't gotten our cute CG yet either. Buongiorno, Space. Oh, welcome home, Nicola. This is the bitch you need to worry about, Dante, not Gilbert. This bitch. Nicola returned and greeted me with a smile on his face, because he's a whore, and he's beautiful, and I love him. Where's Dante? He went to meet with some lobbyist. He'll be attending a dinner meeting as well. I see. You haven't seen him lately? No, I usually see him in the mornings. Not that we have much time to talk. I'm sorry. I wish I could do Dante's work in his stead. But most of the meetings require the family boss's presence. He can't help being so busy. Ever since the new year began, the government pressure against the mafia had gotten worse. I recalled hearing some of the men here talk about it. But aren't you lonely? Well, Dante being busy and him making you lonely are two separate things. Nicola? What is it? He's like, do you want me to make you unlonely, Spacey? Yes, but also no, that would be rude to Dante. But you're later. It's okay. Shh, just wait. You're next. How much longer will Dante be this busy? How longer? Wow. Why don't you ask him yourself? Myself? I'm not saying it to be mean, you know. I just don't trust you anymore, Nicola, because you're shady as fucking shit. You're like, you should go ask him. And we walk in the office. What is happening here? Like, Nicola's been, like, conning us from the beginning. And it's like, now, sure, okay, we're fine. We're on the same page. But I still don't necessarily think you're not going to try to stab me in my sleep. Look, he's sus as fuck, okay? But I love him. I just figured Dante'd be happy to hear you asking him about it. Do you think? That's what I'd do, at least. Asking him directly feels like I'm just burdening him with more things, but I didn't have a good reason to refute Nicola's suggestion. It was late at night when I was finally able to return to the manor. It's been like this more often recently. Leave in the morning and return at night. I want to see her. Her smile was all I needed to do away with the overwhelming fatigue I felt. Yeah, but you're coming home at night. That's Just saying. Yet, I froze each time I stood in front of Space's door. She's an early riser. She must be asleep. I don't want to wake her up. A good reason for me not to knock. I exhaled to shake off my feelings and continued walking past her room. She's in your room. Not seeing Dante, I continued for the past 2 weeks. I let out a sigh as I read a book in my room. This isn't good. Nothing I'm reading is sticking to my mind. That's why you need to wait in his room for him to come back. So he walks in his room and he's like, I was going to knock on her door, but she's probably asleep. He walks in his room and there you are in his bed. I'm just saying, girl. Come on. Step it up a little. I marked my page with a bookmark I made with the daisies from Dante. Everything is the same as usual, except for not seeing Dante. Going to church and making sweets wasn't making me feel much better. And these little side stories are long as fuck. Also, we talked through them, but Dante was so busy that I wasn't even able to see him in the mornings either. I wish I could talk to him. Not only talk, but... I began to blush, thinking about the selfish things I wished I could do with him. Oh! Again! That's why you go and wait in his bed. I looked out the window by chance, and saw Dante coming out of a car that had just parked outside the manor. I quickly stood up from my chair and rushed to the kitchen. I prepared a sweet cup of cafe latte and brought it straight to Dante's office. Oh my god, are we going to do it on the desk? Because that's sexy as fuck. Sweep everything off. You've always wanted to do that. Either to slap a map to... Okay, here's the plan. Wipe everything off the desk. Here's the plan. Here's the documents. Like, whatever. Or knock everything off the desk. You know, you only had a stack of paper. There was plenty of room for me to sit on the desk. But we knocked everything... Okay, that's going to be fun to clean later. It's never going to be fun to clean later, but... I took a breath in front of his office and slowly knocked on the door. Dante, I have a cup of cafe latte for you. Come in. He's already taken off his fucking tie. Like, oh, you actually meant cafe latte. I thought you meant you, like... I finally saw him in front of me. That alone made me want to jump with joy. Puts the latte down, jumps in his lap. I set the cafe latte down on Dante's desk. He looked up from the pile of papers. You're early today. Yes, but I have a meeting tonight, too. I need to step out again as soon as I finish reviewing these documents. I see. I have enough time to enjoy the cafe latte. Grazie, Spacey. Oh, Space. Sorry, he said Space. He didn't say my full name. Sorry. After taking a sip, Dante went back to the papers on his desk. It's actually weird now saying Spacey, and I'm like, what? Right, Space. He said Space. I'm not going to remember my name after this game's done. I better leave quietly so that I don't disturb Dante's work. But I couldn't get my legs to move. There's so much I want to say to him. I didn't want to leave his office yet. Noticing that I hadn't left yet, Dante raised his head up from the papers. What is it? Dante, you've been busy recently. You're coming home late, too. Yes. Is the work that important? It is. Will all your work settle down? The tone of my voice was so childlike that I surprised even myself. Space. I'm sorry, Dante. He's gonna be upset at me. No, he's gonna blush. I'm sorry to disturb you. Please don't push yourself too hard. I hurriedly turned around and grabbed the door handle. Space. I turned around, hearing him call my name. He didn't look upset. In fact, he was smiling. Come here. CJ? I hesitantly approached Dante at his desk. CJ? Suddenly, he took my arm. Sexy, cute CJ? It's going white, so yeah. Ah, look at... Ah! He's so sweet. Dante gently pulled me into his lap. He looked up at me with gentle eyes. I mean, he has saucer eyes in this. It's adorable. There's so many things I want to say to Dante, but somehow I couldn't speak. I was scared that I'd sound like a spoiled child again. Dante spoke kindly. I'm sorry, Space. I didn't make time to be with you. You must have been lonely. No, you're busy, so it can't be helped. You don't need to apologize. Work isn't an excuse. As a man, leaving my love and anxiety is more than enough reason to apologize. Dante, it's been a while since I've looked into your eyes. I want to see you. I want to be with you. I want all the time in the world to spend with you. It's been on my mind all this time. Aw. His honest words were warming my heart. You've been so sweet to me since I started living here. It may be normal for you, Dante, but for me, it isn't normal at all. What do you mean? Like how you give me flowers and say that I'm cute or that I'm beautiful. Even kissing me on your way out is... I just keep wondering what I did to deserve this. You don't like it? No, if anything, it makes me really happy. It's just that I can't stop my heart from racing each time you do those things and... Before I knew it, I realized I couldn't live my life without you spoiling me like this. The dream right there. So, not seeing you is really lonesome. I've never been this lonely before. I'm really not sure how to control it. Why control it? I'd be even happier if you'd just let me spoil you even more than now. If you'd let me spoil you, I'm sorry. Remember how I made you sad when I wasn't able to relay my feelings to you? So I've been trying to do my best to try and express my feelings as much as possible. Really? Yes. I was surprised. I didn't think you could do all this so naturally, Dante. I thought it was just something you did. I'm glad it looked natural to you. I'm always thinking of how I can keep a smile on my love's face. He's so cute. I'm gonna die. I can't handle it. I have diabetes. It's so full of sugar. It's too much saccharin. It's good to know I was on the right track. Dante's doing all of this for me. I finally realized how much love Dante was giving me, even now. Space. Thank you, Dante. I'm all right now. I regained my calm and got off his lap. Why? I'm sorry to have bothered you. Dante looked at me with a serious expression on his face. I'll probably be busy for a while, but I have no intention of making you feel lonely. Dante, I haven't had much of you recently. He's like, I haven't had much of you recently. Oh, hi, you can have me every night. Can I visit your room tonight? Look at the sly look on his face. I love it. He's like, can I stop by later? And maybe late at night, but... yes, of course. Anytime you want. I'll be waiting. With bells on. Just bells. Maybe a bow. Dante rose slightly from the chair. I faced him and we kissed each other gently. Yeah, because we're saving the not gentle for later. And we'll continue tonight. I can't wait. I nodded amid the deafening sound coming from my heartbeat. I actually like that better than like an actual like sexy scene. Like, oh, he kissed me back. Like, I love this. Like, so I'm gonna stop by later. And she's like, uh-huh. And then you're like, hee. And I don't have to read anything super fucking awkward. I left the office after Dante finished his cafe latte. I'd rather not leave, but I wasn't lonely anymore. Dante's words were all I needed to keep warm inside. I looked out the window to see the sky painted a vivid red. I'd never wanted night to fall so quickly. Dante'd be coming to my room tonight. Until then, I'll keep thinking about him. I just know it. So those are like actually kind of long. I mean, yes, we stopped and postulated and all that thing. Oh! You've certainly committed many sins, but it's partially our responsibility that you've dirtied your hands with blood. So, killing you isn't an option. Is this direttore? We do preach not to kill others, and... What are you... Oh, I'm talking about your future here. Future? I think it... Oh my god, I think it is. Because they made a point to be like, where is he? I don't know, he just disappeared. And they're like, well, he works for the government. Oh my god, he worked for the church. I'll only move when I have to. I didn't bring you here simply on a whim. You still have a role to fulfill. You may not know that, but the stars do. Oh my god, is this Emilio? Because Emilio is all about the star. This is that scene where the voice acting helps, because then you'd be like, that's Emilio's voice. I actually kind of see... This is why... Good and bad points for why voice acting not on. In situations like this, with it off, you're like, I don't know who it is. But if it was on, you'd be like, that's Emilio's voice. That's definitely Direttore. And you'd be like, oh my god. And you'd be able to figure it out. Maybe, if their voices are distinct enough. You know? Like, some voices I'd be like, I'm not sure whose voice that is. And others you'd be like, yep, no, that's so-and-so. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Emilio might have a voice that'd be easy enough to pick out as opposed to Rosberg or anybody else. You know what I mean? Like the other side characters. You'd be able to tell if it was him. And Direttore, you'd probably be able to figure out and be like, okay. Now the assumption is it's Direttore is the one that's like, blurry, right? Because it makes sense with the plot of the story. I kind of like not having the voice acting on because with it on, you definitely... There's more of a chance that you'd be like, oh, it's person A and person B. And you'd know. But with it off, you're like, I don't exactly know, and it's like a little mystery to figure out. And I like the little mystery to figure out better, because that's why they put the question marks there, because they don't want you to know. Like, yeah, sure, you're supposed to make assumptions, but if they wanted you to know and spoil it, they would just tell you who's talking to who. But they don't want you to know. So if the voice acting was there, it's kind of easier to figure out, you know? Unless they, like, garble the voices, or maybe this wasn't voice acted, but I doubt it. You know, this probably was, but I don't know. So I like it for me because I spoil shit so much for myself. Like, fucking game, not even on purpose, like, oh, this is so gonna happen. This is going on. Oh, is this what's going on in the game? And then you get to the button, you're like, oh yeah, oh man. Sometimes I don't see shit coming, but, like, sometimes I like, because I think of so many options because I want to know. I need to solve the mystery! But, oh my god. And Emilio's the one that's been obsessed with saying the stars. If it's not Emilio, I'm gonna be like, oh, so it was just Rosberg and whatever, but if it's Emilio, that makes it like, oh my god, Emilio's a little shady. I think I like him a little bit better knowing he's so nice and sweet to us, and then behind the back he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you because you're not doing your job. Like, oh my god, this 10-year-old kid, like, psycho. I love it. I want it to be Emilio. I really do. Leaving you alone may lead you to twist your fate by your own hands, so I'm going to have you stay put with me for a while. It is Emilio! Oh my god, it fucking is! There's no one else that dresses like that. That has a sprite. Like, Rosberg doesn't have a sprite, it fucking is. Look, when he said that's more fun than you hear the voice and you're like, oh, Emilio? It's so much more fun this way. Oh my god. It's like the stars, fucking Emilio. The more time you have to repent for your sins, the better. It fucking is. It has to be. Isn't that right? Henry. Well, now, see, okay, now that's spoiled. So... I'm gonna spoil a little bit of something. Not totally a spoiler, but I'm gonna spoil what Emilio spoiled for you. Alright. No, I'm not. Okay, no, I won't say anything. I was going to be like, if you want, mute, and then when we go to the extras and look at the CGs, then you'll know to turn back on, but no. You can put the pieces together. You can put the pieces together with... Because I know, and I could... See, I would have a wild guess, kind of like I did in that part, right? But if you put all the pieces together of things that I have said, like making guesses or knowing certain things, we know A, we now know B, and what I said when we started that little thing, and I was like, is it Emilio talking to... Who was he talking to? Oh, who's Henry? Oh, okay. You can put the fucking pieces together, okay? You can fucking put the pieces together. You put the pieces together and I'm so fucking excited! Whoops. So here are our lovely little, Wait, hold on. No, okay, there's only one. Okay. Hi, Tech. So I'm just so excited about that. So, like... Well, obviously... Anyway, the one thing I will say is... No. You can put the pieces together. You can put the pieces together. Just... It's there. Pieces are obvious. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, that's more exciting than just seeing that thing. I was like, I think I'm just more excited that Emilio's a little fucking sadistic fuck. You're like, Emilio, you're torturing Henry. Air quotes around it. I don't want to actually say what I said originally when we started that, but same difference. So, yeah. Anyway, damn. That was so good. The dad part alone was worth it. Oh my god. Yeah, so we will continue. The next part will be Nicola's route, finally. And what I think I'll try to do is we'll wrap up. We'll do the good, like, the best ending, obviously, because we're gonna use a guide. And then, oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on a sec. I need to see something here. Okay, that makes more sense. It said in the guide, because I was going to start Nicola's route today, and then I was like, oh, we still have this to do. Shit. Okay. Some, meanwhile, stories only available after completing Dante's route. And that's the same thing with Dante. Certain ones are only available after completing Nicola's route. So we'll have to, I don't know if we should go back and do the meanwhile stories. Maybe we'll just do those at the end. I don't know. Well, here's the weird... Wait, what? Choices in Prologue Day 1. This will only be available after completing Dante's route. That's the one that's in Nicola's route. That's what life is. Choice. I think they have a reason that choice will be available after completing a route in the game. Thoughts is only available after completing Nicola's route. Okay. Okay, so there's two meanwhile stories. It's only in the prologue. So that's fine, I think, because I think we have to do the prologue for anybody. Okay, so that's alright. So we should be able to at least see... I don't know if we saw choices or what, but I think we'll have to go through the prologue for everybody. So, okay. I was just concerned that we'd have to go back into, like, Dante's route, skip through everything to find those, but it's only in the prologue where those things pop up. So we'll be able to see them later, so I think it'll be okay. Worst case scenario, at the end of the game, we'll go back through the prologue and just find any meanwhile stories that we missed if we don't hit them all. You know? I think we'll be okay, though. I just kind of misunderstood that because I was kind of check. But anyway, yeah, we'll start. So what we'll try to do with Nicola's route is do all his good stuff and then do this after story and the side story. So however many parts that is, then we'll do the normal ending, the normal good ending, not that best ending. Then we'll do all the bad endings and this and everything like that. So we'll kind of split it up into 3 blocks. So we may hit the normal perfect ending and the part, it might be like, oh, it's a 20-minute part, 30-minute part, could be an hour-and-a-half part like it was Dante's. So I'm going to try to do it a little bit differently because Dante's was a little all over the place with doing these at the end because I forgot about them. I didn't remember that they were even here. Like, because I didn't dig too much into when we started the game, like, what is this? What is this? And I didn't even think when I was, like, missing the CGs, and I'm sure someone was screaming, like, oh, it's those things that made me... Look, I figured it out, okay? So anyway, I think that's what we'll try to do. But... I must feel like... Well, yeah, we'll do that. And then, this way, then we'll have 3 blocks. We'll get the 3 CGs for Nicola and every other character. So we'll just do all the best stuff and the side stories, then all the good stuff. Or, worst case scenario, we'll do the best stuff this end, this little side story. We'll do the good stuff, and then we'll do the other side story, you know, that's in the extras, if we have to break it up that way. So that, because that one doesn't matter what we do it, as long as it's with one of the, either the best or the good ending. Just timing-wise, you know? So, because like I know Dante's route, we finished the good ending, and then we started the bad, so we won't do it that way. We'll do it more in blocks. So that we get the 3 CGs for everybody else. It's not fair! It's not fair for everybody else! Dante gets 3 and nobody else does, okay? Because I want to oogle Nicola a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So we'll do Nicola next, and I don't know who we're going to do after Nicola. We've got a ways to go. But again, none of this has gone up! Like, none of this is posted. So if you're at this point and you're like, oh, do so-and-so, I just want you to know, it's not that I ignore you when you say do a route next. I've just gone so far beyond recording that I can't do what you ask next because I've already done the route. Literally, by the time you get to this point, Nicola's probably done and we're already on whoever the hell we're doing. I'm just saying. Unless some of the parts in the very beginning went up and I was like, who do you want to do after Nicola or Lock Yang? Pick one. Like, if I see those, obviously I'll try to go with that, but... Or I might put a thing up on Twitter. I don't know. But by now it's already... Don't worry about it. Just anyway. Anyway, I record so far in advance because I gotta get ahead because shit happens and then I get behind or hard drives crash and I gotta redo shit. This year has been a fucking nightmare, so that's where we are with things. Like, because I know people ask, like, do this route next, do this route... Sweetie, I can't. I'm done playing the game. Like, by the time you see that part you've left. Plus... Some people don't watch the day things go up. You watch like a couple weeks later, a month later, or sometimes years later. I can't hop back on my TARDIS. But also I'm so far ahead it doesn't matter anyway. But anyway, yeah, so I know we could do Yang or Orlog next, but I just want to do Nicola. I really do. So we'll see him not tomorrow, but the day after. So I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.